All right. Today I'll just share with you kind of a few random thoughts. This is one of my Kadak Chai series. Kadak Chai series is where if I feel I have a few random thoughts, I'll just share them with you guys. So grab a kind of bucket of popcorn or chips, or if you are cleaning the house, you can just keep your phone at the side and listen to my voice. Or some people, when they're driving, they like to listen to what I have to say. So this is one of those casual conversations. Okay. But yeah, there is a important lesson which I feel may add value to you. So listen up. As you know that I go to the fruit and vegetable market to buy grocery items, food items, especially in the evenings at around 4 or after say 3:30. Okay. And you normally when you go to the fruit and vegetable market, you see people who are selling. They are selling food items, fried items, cooked items, fruits, vegetables, pork, beef, chicken, fish. Sometimes they even sell sweets and second-hand clothes. Random stuff. Some people might even buy something from somewhere and sell at a slight marked up price. And then there are people who go around who are blind, who sit there and hope they get a few coins. So the whole market, it's called, the area is called soy number 7, like soy number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this particular area is number 7. Okay. So lots of people are there, lots of items, barbecue items, fried items, cooked items. So you get the idea. Okay. So it is, and in this place, obviously, if you take a small stand, you take a small area, you have to pay a rent in advance. You have to pay a rent for the month, which maybe can come up to, I'm just giving you a rough example, 5,000, say 15,000 or 20,000 baht, for example, 20,000 for that space. You'll just get like a cement area, like a stone cement area. There you can decorate and put your table and everything else. Okay. So there are people who have been doing the business for very many years. There are like these old timers. You just know that they are there. And then occasionally, once a while, you'll see someone new coming there. Like someone new who maybe they saw the empty space and they booked it. Or maybe they said, if there's an empty space, let me know. They asked the owner. So occasionally you will get someone selling something new. But it's not drastically new. It will be more or less the same what other people are selling. Like for example, there are enough and more vegetable sellers or fruit sellers. Someone may come and start selling fruits and vegetables. Or there are enough and more fried items. So this person will also start selling fried items. There are enough and more people selling home cooked food. They'll sell the same thing. So it just depends on your creativity, what you want to do with that space. So there was this guy who was selling sushi. He had trained himself to be a chef in a maybe 3-star or 4-star, 5-star hotel. He learned how to become a sushi chef, and he bought his skills to where this market, and he was selling sushi, and he does pretty well. Almost everyone comes and buys, and it's not expensive. It's 10 baht, 10 Thai baht for one sushi. And he has a promotional offer. You buy 10, you get one free. So there are like seaweed, rice with seaweed, rice with salmon, rice with shrimp, rice with vegetables. Then there is, like, he tries to make it creative. Like he might put cheese, he might put a rice roll, he might put vegetable roll. So I normally used to go there and I order a customized sushi. My sushi contains cucumber, carrots, tuna, pieces of fish, then cheese, cottage cheese, which he puts, and then obviously I tell him get a little creative. So he might put a chicken salami piece, or avocado is also there. and he wraps this up, and it proves like as if you're eating a salad. He charged me $100. It's perfectly fine. I enjoy it, and it's very light. Even though it's filling, it's very light. After 1 or 2 hours, I don't feel I ate anything, so it's pretty nutritious. My wife likes it sometimes. I dip it with sauce, and sometimes I have it a little bit of pickle. Okay. So I used to buy almost every day from this guy. And lo and behold, one day when I came there, I saw this new sushi counter. So his counter was here, and like, I don't know, either it was a shock or a bold move or a rather controversial move. His sushi counter is here, and this guy set it up right next to him. Okay, so now you have two guys who are selling sushi, and obviously, they might be polite with each other, but obviously they'll be pissed off because he'll be like, "Oh, you're trying to compete with me," and so the tension is always there. So this guy who was making his sushi every day, people now they have two options. They come to him and they look there. Oh, they come to him. So he was offering buy 10 get 1 free. This guy, I think he wanted to give a promotion, buy 10 get 2 free as a promotional offer. And this guy didn't budge. He could see that. His wife anyway showed a very not so happy face. So there were people who were coming to him because he's offering buy 1 get 2 free. I was also curious. I was not curious about the free this thing, but I was curious to see how does he make his sushi. So one day, out of curiosity, I came to the other guy. So I said, "What do you do?" And this guy was watching me, my regular guy. He kept quiet. He didn't say anything because obviously he can't say anything to me. So I said, "Do you make customized sushi?" I kind of showed him through the Google app. He said, "Yeah, I can make one," because he knew that I used to buy regularly from this guy. So I told him, "Okay, this is what I want." And I told him, "This is how much I pay. Can you make it?" He said, "Fine, okay." So lo and behold, he made the sushi. My regular guy was you could make out he was slightly pissed off. But, you can't do anything. So he made the sushi. But I obviously could see a difference. I could see a difference between the way he was making and the way my old guy made. The new guy was kind of clumsy. When you're making a sushi, you keep everything proper, that mat. Then you keep all the ingredients in one place. They normally keep it in a Tupperware, a plastic kind of a box. They keep the carrots, the cucumbers, made into thin, fine pieces. Then they keep, egg slices, whatever. They keep it in different Tupperware. So this guy, because he was new, he was keeping one thing, then he was moving his hand, then he was moving something else, and it was not organized. Obviously, because he's doing it, he maybe doesn't have as much experience as this guy. And not only did he take more time, he was more disorganized. He actually, there were these, I think, fish eggs or shrimp eggs or whatever, and his hand touched the Tupperware by mistake, and the whole thing almost turned over. Turned over means, from the Tupperware, obviously he puts a kind of a plastic, this thing, but it looked like it had fallen down. So obviously, I know for a fact that he's going to put it back and reuse it. But he had an accident, kind of like all the ingredients fell down. And then he just put it back and he moved it out of sight, like he must have put it under the table. And he was still making my customized sushi. He took more time. He finally made it. And I said thank you. And I, greeted my regular guy. Regular guy was smiley, but I knew that he was kind of upset. And I went home. And when I went home, obviously I wanted to taste and see how did it taste. I wouldn't say it tasted bad. It tasted different. It didn't taste the same like this guy. Obviously, the selection of cucumbers, it was slightly hard. The sauce was different. But if you honestly ask me, I prefer the old guy. The old guy, because he had more experience and I don't know, maybe he could source out better ingredients. So the following day, when I went there again, I didn't go to the new guy. I went to the old guy, and the old guy was very happy. New guy was, upset maybe, because he saw, this guy came to me, and obviously they can recognize me with my tattoos, and he has gone back to this guy. So I went and I continued. I was polite with that new guy, but I didn't, obviously ignore him or anything, but I preferred the old guy. This continued for a couple of days, and one fine day when I came there, I saw this guy is not there, the guy with the new shop. So I thought maybe it is his day off, because sometimes some people take one day off. I came the following day, again he was not there. After two, three times when I came and he's not there, then I kind of felt like maybe he stopped coming, and it was confirmed only when somebody else came there and they were selling some other item. They were selling some fried items with chicken and something else. So then I asked this guy, where is this guy? He's not come. He's saying, I don't know where he's come and all that. So I kept quiet because he said he didn't know. So going around, I went around the place as usual, took my rounds. And there was one British guy who has a Thai wife, and they sell some items like fruits, vegetables and all that. So I just mentioned to him offhand, that guy came, he was selling these items, and where is he? So he immediately said, it's nothing new to see newcomers. They come, they want to get a feel of the place. They want to see if they can get business. And initially they feel there is very good business when they see a lot of people crowding, and they feel they can make good amount of money. But once they settle down and they compare how much effort goes into making everything, how much money they are making minus how much their cost and how much they are left with in the end, then they reevaluate their options and they ask themselves, is this actually worth it? Like he gave me his example. Now remember, I see these guys setting up their stand or their stall at around 3:30 onwards, or 3 o'clock onwards. They set up their stand or their stall. By 4 o'clock it is completely open, and they are there until maybe say 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock and everyone goes away. So say from 3 o'clock till 8 o'clock, so 5 hours. But what he told me is, you're only looking at us when we are here for the 5 hours. What you're not looking at is, after 8 o'clock, we have to take everything back home. We have to offload everything. We have to keep it back home. We have to wash everything. We have to clean everything. We have to keep everything in place. And we have to prepare ourselves for the next day. And for the next day, we have to get up at around 6 or 7 in the morning, cut all the vegetables, cut all the fruits, keep all the stock ready, or buy stock from the market, wholesale people. The lot goes into it, and we have to prepare ourselves. And if we don't prepare ourselves, we'll not be ready on time. And after all that, after preparing everything, we have to put them in plastics, keep the change, coins, set up the stand, set up the stalls, okay, and then the delivery, taking all this to the venue and then setting it up. I was kind of taken aback when he told me that they have to start this at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6, 7, 8. So it's like he does it from 6 in the morning all the way till almost 12, after which they eat food, take rest, and then they get up, and by 2 o'clock they start. So it's, where we are looking at them for 5 hours in front of us, behind the scenes is another 6 or 8 hours or more. And then I kind of realized that these guys are working round the clock. Round the clock they are working, and not just one person, it's the whole family. And he was telling me how difficult it is. And end of the day, where it looks like you have so many customers and so many people and so much money is coming in, when you deduct all the expenses for the raw materials, for the wholesale, for the Sometimes you have to throw away food also because it doesn't sell on time. You can't keep spoiled food. He's saying the margins we make is just enough for us to survive. That British guy was telling me. And he doesn't live a very expensive life. And he said most of the Thai people who open up their stalls and businesses, they shut it down because they realize they're not making any money, man. It's just hand to mouth. And that really made me think as to, how glamorous things look, how easy things look from the outside. Oh, this guy has a restaurant. I'll also start a restaurant. I remember some of my relatives were telling me, my dream is to start my own coffee shop. Oh, I will just have a coffee shop. We'll make coffee, we'll serve. Little do they know the logistics, the headaches, the permission, the expenses, the legal work, the staff, how many, how many aspects to the business are there which they don't consider. And I have personally, I have known friends in the sense acquaintances who took the initiative to start a cafeteria, to start a restaurant, to start a business. And after a couple of months, they shut it down because they were hemorrhaging cash like crazy. It looked very easy on the outside. Oh, I'll start a restaurant. I'll make a very creative menus. I'll make the food amazing. I will serve customers. I'll have promotions. I'll give flyers. In fact, I myself have the experience of business when my parents purchased a gym from somebody else. They thought they knew how to run it. They didn't know. And they literally ran it to the ground. And then I came over. I was running it. I was making it happen. Solid revenue, solid customers, making it the most popular gym. But unfortunately, after all the expenses were deducted, everything was said and done. I made it like literally 24 hours a day, the most popular gym in Rola, Sarja. We ended up with only like hardly $5,000 each. Like me, my mother, father, and brother, like 20,000 per month. It was nothing, yeah. Imagine you're working 24/7, round the clock, 7 days a week. After paying all the expenses, you're only left with $5,000 in your dirhams in your pocket. What's the point, yeah? How do you survive? Yeah, if you're single and all the 20,000 comes to you, okay, that's a different question. But then there's no guarantee, right? Every month you'll get 20,000. Some months, like when Muslim countries, they have Ramadan, business is zero. So for 1 month you have zero. How do you manage? And you still have to pay the expenses. And if you make a mistake or if you have someone who cheats you or some major disaster, then what do you do, man? So I really felt this was a very powerful lesson. Like, it's like the guy who was serving me sushi, the old guy. He knew for a fact this guy wouldn't last very long because he was giving, okay, buy 10, get 1 free. This guy was buy 10, get 2 free. And he was trying his level best to gain entry into the market. But because of his goodwill, his reputation, his relationship with people, the fresh food, the experience, the expertise that he had, well, he did suffer for a few days of this guy being there, but eventually he succeeded in the end. That is why these competitors come and go, but the ones who have been there for many years, they survive. So yeah, I thought this was a very powerful lesson that was worth sharing. So I thought I'd share this with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you feel this was something worth listening to? Did you pick up something? And yeah, if you have any questions, thoughts, and or any experiences, feel free to share them in the comment section below. Having said that, well, I hope you enjoyed this Kadak session. I don't know. I finished my tea. Now I'll have a soda. Good, bad, ugly, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.